Hello everyone, welcome to this session on moment distribution method, and in this session we'll be learning how to solve a portal frame by moment distribution method. Now this is a particular portal frame which has been given, and we are supposed to find out and solve and analyze the portal frame by moment distribution method. Now to begin with, the primary steps involved for moment distribution method is first to find out fixed end moment, next one distribution factor, and lastly the distribution table. So when we are finding out distribution factor, it is necessary to find out a distribution factor at the intermediate supports. Now here in total there are 6 points, that is 6 supports: A, B, C, D, E and F. There are 6 supports. Amongst these 6 support, A is an end support, then E is also an end support, F is an end support. A, E and F, because beyond A, E and F you don't have any continuity. Likewise beyond D you also don't have any continuity, so D is also classified as an end support. Whereas on the other hand, B and C will be called as an intermediate support. Reason: B will be connected by 3 members, which is BA, BE and BC on towards the right hand side. BA, BE and BC, so it is called as intermediate support. Likewise C will be connected through CB, vertical member CF and horizontal member towards the right hand side as CD. So for that reason B and C will be classified as intermediate supports. B and C will be classified as intermediate support. So when you classify as an intermediate support, this will be the position where we need to find out distribution factor. So distribution factor will be calculated at B and C, and number of members connected at B will be 3 and at C will be 3, which will be BA, BE and BC, whereas for C it will be CB, CF and CD. So these are the 3 members that will be connected at B and C. Now moving ahead, first we will start with finding out the fixed end moment. So when we find out fixed end moment, we need to draw the free body diagram. So free body diagram, when I draw A and B, even though B is intermediate support, we assume it to be rigid, so that means it is fixed. So it carries a UDL of magnitude 30 kN per meter of length 4 meters. So if I find out this particular position, that is the direction of rotation, A and B, if I release support A, UDL will try to rotate the beam in clockwise direction. So A will offer a resistance force in the anti-clockwise direction. Likewise, if I release support A, beam will rotate in anti-clockwise direction, so B will offer a resistance force in clockwise direction. So anti-clockwise direction is negative, clockwise direction will be positive. So MFAB will be minus WL square divided by 12, which will be minus of 30 into 4 square divided by 12. So if we happen to check out this calculation, 30 into 4 square divided by 12, which comes out to minus 40 kilonewton meter. So this is nothing but the value of the fixed end moment from A to B. So minus 40 will be the fixed end moment from A to B. Likewise, we need to calculate the fixed end moment from B to A. As it is in clockwise direction, we are going to consider it as positive. So MFBA will be plus of WL square divided by 12, which will be plus of 30 into 4 square divided by 12, and whose value shall come at as plus of 40 kilonewton meter. So this is what is the value of the fixed end moment from A to B and B to A. Moving ahead, we need to check out what will be the fixed end moment for B to C. So draw the free body diagram from B to C, which carries a point load here of magnitude 90 kilonewton, placed at a distance of 2 meter from point B. Total span or total distance between B and C is 6 meter. So from C it will be at a distance of 4 meter. So MFBC will be minus of WA B square divided by L square. Reason for calling it as minus is, if you consider B and C, point load will try to rotate in the beam in clockwise direction, but resistance offered by the beam will be in the anti-clockwise direction. Likewise, if we consider C to B, again point load will try to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, whereas C will offer a resistance force in clockwise direction. For that reason, it has been classified as minus here. So minus of 90 into 2 into 4 square divided by 6 square. So this value will come as 90 into 2 into 16. 4 square will be 16 divided by 6 square will be 36, which comes as minus 80. So this is minus 80 kilonewton meter. Check the magnitude of moment from MFCB now. MFCB will be, as direction of rotation is in clockwise direction, plus W A square B divided by L square, which will be plus of 90 into 2 square into 4 divided by 6 square, which value will come as 90 into 4 into 4. 2 square will be 4 into 4 divided by 6 square will be 36, which comes out as 40. So MFCB will be plus of 40 kilonewton meter. Coming on to the last span, which is C and D. So last span C and D, if you draw the free body diagram, which carries a UDL of magnitude 40 kilonewton per meter, and span of the beam is 3 meter. Same situation here what arises for A and B. Similarly, the same condition prevails for CD also. UDL will try to rotate the beam in clockwise direction. C will offer a resistance force in anti-clockwise direction. Likewise, UDL will again try to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. D will offer a resistance force in clockwise direction. So MFCD will be minus WL square divided by 12, which will be minus of 40 into 3 square divided by 12. So which comes out as 40. 3 square will be 9 divided by 12, which comes as 30. So MFCD is minus 30. Then MFDC value, as it is symmetric here, so it will be plus WL square divided by 12, which comes as plus 30 kilonewton meter. So these are nothing but the values of CD and DC. Since there are no loads for BE and CF, W is 0 for BE and W is 0 for CF. So all these particular fixed end moments, that is MFBE, MFEB, both will be 0. Likewise, MFCF and MFFC, again both values will be 0. So this is nothing but the first step, which is nothing but computation of the fixed end moment. Next step is to calculate what is the distribution factor. So when we calculate distribution factor, as stated earlier, distribution factor will be calculated for the intermediate supports. Amongst this, there are 6 supports here. Among 6 supports, only B and C were the intermediate supports. Only B and C were the intermediate supports. And members connected to B are BA, BE and BC. Whereas member connected to C will be CB, CF and CD. The same situation we will try to bring up here in the form of a table. Serial number, joint, member, relative stiffness RS, which we will call it as K, total stiffness summation K, then distribution factor will be equals to K divided by summation K. So first serial number, joint B. Members connected to B are BA. On the left hand side is BA. Vertical member is BE. And horizontal member is BC. So this completes the member connected associated with respect to joint B. Same thing, we need to check out how many members are connected to joint C. Second, joint C. So for joint C, left hand side is CB. Vertical member is CF. And horizontal member towards right hand side is CD. So it is CD. So when we write down the stiffness factors here, KBA, I need to look out what is the type of support at A. Now type of support at A is fixed as per the diagram. Type of support at A is fixed. So you will be getting earlier to 4EI by L or 3I by L. If it is any other support apart from fixed, then it will be 3I by L. If it is a fixed support, then it will be 4EI divided by L. So 4 into EI divided by length of the beam is 4 meter, which comes it as 1 EI. So write the value here as 1 EI. Similarly, KBE, which comes it as 4. Again, E support is fixed. E support is fixed. So formula will be 4 EI divided by 4. 4 EI by L, which is 4 EI divided by height of the column is 4 meter, and which comes out as again 1 EI. So this is also 1 EI. Next is KBC, which is 4 into. Now C is an intermediate support. C is an intermediate support. All intermediate supports are assumed to be rigid. But later on, during the process of distribution table, we'll release the rigidity by ensuring that the net moment at B and C will be 0. So that's the reason why you are making it as fixed now. So when you consider it as rigid, so formula would be 4 EI divided by L, which will be 4 into EI value is 2 EI divided by span of the beam is 6. So it will be 1.33 EI. So this total value will come out as 1.33 EI. Net value will be 3.33 EI. So individual distribution factor, right, if you need to check out, will be 1 divided by 3.33, which comes as first one as 0.3. Similarly, second one will come as 0.3. Then last one 1.33 divided by 3.33, which comes at 0.39. We need to make it as 0.4. So these are the distribution factor for support B. Next we need to check out distribution factor for support C now, that is KCB. So when I write CB, B is again an intermediate support, and intermediate supports are assumed to be rigid. So formula would be 4 EI divided by L. So 4 into 2 EI divided by 6, which comes at 1.33 EI. Similarly, here it comes as 1.33 EI. CF, KCF. So if you check out the diagram here, given mentioned problem, F is fixed here. So it is 4 EI divided by L, which is 4 EI. EI value is 1. 4 EI divided by 4, which comes as 1 EI. Next is KCD, which is 4 EI divided by 3, because length of the member CD is 3 meter. Length of the member CD is 3 meter. So that will be 4 EI divided by 3, and which comes as 1.33 EI. So we shall write these particular values here. First one is 1.33, KCF is 1 EI, KCD is 1.33 EI. Total value shall be 1.33 plus 1 plus 1.33, which comes as 3.66 EI. So 1.33 divided by 3.66, which comes as 0.36. Next is 1 divided by 3.66, which comes as 0.27. Then the last one 1.33 divided by 3.66, which comes as 0.36. So this will be the calculation of the distribution factor 0.36, 0.27 and 0.36. Same thing we need to represent in the form of the table. So when we represent in the form of the table, all this particular part will be resubstituted and reorganized in the form of the table, which will be the third step, what we call it as distribution table. So distribution table here, make a table here which will be in the form of the table itself, which will be in the form of frame itself. Make A. Now B is connected by 3 members, B, C, D, E and F. A, B, C, D, E and F. So divide B in terms of 3 parts. Left hand side is BA, vertical member will be BE, and right hand side will be BC. So this side it will be BC, left side will be BA, and vertically downward it will be BE. Likewise, C will be divided into 3 parts. Left side will be CB, Vertically downward will be CF and right side will be CD. And D will be only connected by one member here, and E will be connected by one member, and F will be connected by a particular member here. So this is what is the table that you have represented now, which is will be in the form of a distribution table. So B will be connected by three members. Left hand side is BA, vertical member is B, and right hand side is BC. Likewise, C will be connected to the left hand side as CB, CF and CD. And this will be DC towards the left hand side of D. And E is connected to B, so this will be EB. So whatever is the moment at B, it will be transferred to E. F is connected to C, so this is nothing but upward member will be FC. So next row will be distribution factor. So distribution factor, when we write here, BA distribution factor is 0.3 and this is also 0.3, 0.4, which is calculated here. Next is 0.36, 0.27 and 0.36. These are nothing but the distribution factors for B and C. Moving ahead, we will find out what is fixed end moments now. Now fixed end moments, what we had calculated just before. MFAB value is minus 40, BA is plus 40, BE is 0 because it doesn't have any load, W is 0 for BE, then BC is minus 80 and CB is plus 40, what is calculated here, CB is plus 40 minus 80, CF will be 0 because it doesn't have any load, CD is minus 30, DC will be 0, then all other values shall come it as 0 because it doesn't have any load. So to begin with the calculation, 40 minus 80 will be minus 40, so we shall calculate here, 40 minus 80 shall be minus 40. So when we start here, when we start the calculation here, whatever sign you are going to get here, whatever sign you have got here, minus. So all other sign will be positive here. 40 into 0.3, 12. So this will be 12, 12 and 40 into 0.4, which comes as 16. So these are nothing but the values at point B. Similarly, same procedure for joint C. So it is 40 minus 30, 40 minus 30, which will come as 10. 10 into 0.36, which comes as 3.6. Now 40 minus 30 will be plus 10, so you need to give minus for all, which comes here as 3.6. Then 2.7 because into 0.27, and here it will be 3.6. 3.6. So this exercise is called as balancing. Next procedure is carry over. So when you carry over, half of the moment will be transferred along with the sign, carry over, 6. Then this is BE, this is BE. So half of the moment when you transfer, E has been placed here. So it will be transferred here. 12 divided by 2 shall come it as 6 here. Then this 16 divided by 2 will be 8 here, and this side will be 3.6 divided by 2, which shall come as 1.8. That is 3.6 divided by 2, which shall come as 1.8. So this will be minus 1.8 because it is minus 3.6. Likewise, 2.7 divided by 2, 2.7 divided by 2, which is 1.35. Where it needs to be transferred? It is CF now. So where is F here now? It is placed here. So it is minus 1.35. Then last part will be minus 1.8. So these are nothing but the values that are placed at the individual intermediate supports. Next is again a balancing exercise that we need to start now. Here you don't have any value, so which means it is 0. 0 plus 0, then minus 1.8. So if you have minus 1.8 is the unbalanced moment. So what you need to do is you need to give positive for all. So plus, because it is minus 1.8. 1.8 into 0.3, which comes as 0.54. So this will be 0.54. Then 1.8 into 4 into 0.4, which comes as 0.72, and this comes as 0.72. 8 into 0.36, which comes as 2.88. Since 8 is positive, here it is minus 2.88, and here also it is minus 2.88. 8 into 0.27, which comes as 2.16. So minus 2.16. Next procedure is carryover. So when you do carryover exercise will be done along with the sign. So carryover, when I do here, this is 0.54 positive, 0.54, because it is 1.8 into 0.3, which comes as 0.54, divided by 2, which comes as 0.27. So left side it will be 0.27, and this is BE, so 0.27 will be transferred here as 0.27. Next one, 0.72, so it will be transferred here as 0.36. Then this is 2.88. Why 2.88? 8 into 0.36 is 2.88. Divided by 2 will be 1.44. So minus 1.44. Likewise, here it will be minus 1.44. 2.16 divided by 2, which comes as 1.08. So minus 1.08. So this is what is the value of fixed, that is the transfer moment from C to F at point F. That is 1.08 is transferred here. Next procedure is balancing again. When we do balancing procedure here, 1.44 into 0.3 minus it is, so you are going to give it as positive, 0.432, 0.432. 1.44 into 0.4, which is 0.576. All will be positive because you have a negative sign. Now since this is positive, all has to be positive. 0.36 into 0.36, 0.13, 0.129, I take it as 0.13. Similarly, here I take it as 0.13. 0.36 into 0.27, which comes as 0.09, 0.09. 7, if you want, you can take 7 also. Next is again carryover. When you do carryover exercise here, 0.432 divided by 2, 0.432 divided by 2, which comes as 0.2216. Similarly, here 0.432, it will be transferred to E here, which is nothing but 0.216. Next, 0.576 divided by 2, which comes as 0.29. This will be negative here. As it is positive, all will be negative. 0.13 divided by 2, which comes as 0.07. So this will be minus 0.07. Likewise, this will be minus 0.07. Here it is minus 0.097. So 0.097 divided by 2, which comes as minus 0.05. So this will be minus 0.05, minus 0.05. We need to continue the calculation wherein the first decimal is approximately 0. Here it will be, if it is 0.07, it means it will be hardly 0.1. So we need to continue 1 or 2 more iterations. We'll check out. Balancing. So when I do a balancing procedure here, 0.07, as it is minus, so all will be positive here. Everything will be positive. So it is 0.07 multiplied by 0.3, which comes as 0.021. And here also it will be 0.021. 0.07 multiplied by 0.4, which comes as 0.028. 0.028. 0.29 here, as it is positive, here it will be negative. 0.29 multiplied by 0.36, which is 0.1. Similarly, here it will be 0.1. 0.29 multiplied by 0.27, which comes as 0.08. And this divided by 2, 0.21 divided by 2, which comes as 0.01. 0.01 carry over. Similarly, 0.021 divided by 2, which comes as 0.01 here. Next, here it will be 0.1 divided by 2. 0.1 divided by 2, which comes as 0.05. So we need to start with one more iteration, minus 0.05. 0.028 divided by 2, which comes as 0.014. So plus 0.014. Likewise, here it is 0.08. So which is nothing but 0.29 multiplied by 0.27, which comes as 0.08. 0.08 divided by 2, which comes as 0.04. So here you need to transfer as minus 0.04. So this is what is the calculation now. Last one more cycle, balancing. So balancing exercise, when you do here now, 0.05, as it is negative, all signs will be positive. As this is positive, all signs will be negative. 0.05 into 0.3, which will be 0.015. So that is 0.02. Similarly, here it is 0.02. 0.05 multiplied by 0.4, which comes as 0.02 again. Then here it comes as 0.014. 0.014 here. 0.028 divided by 2 will be 0.014. 0.014 multiplied by 0.36, which comes as 0.005. Similarly, here it will be 0.005. 0.014 multiplied by 0.27, which is 0.004. 37 will be 4. Next is carryover. Half of the moment will be transferred as 0.01. Similarly, here it will be 0.01. 0.005 divided by 2, which shall come as 0.0025. 0.0025. Similarly, here it will be transferred as 0.0025. 0.1 divided by 2, we didn't do it. 0.1 divided by 2 minus 0.05. 0.04 divided by 2, which shall come as minus 0.02. So this 0.02 divided by 2 will be 0.01 here. So these are nothing but the final, because first decimal is almost 0 here. Now we will try to find out final moment. So when we find out the final moment, net moment at B has to be 0. To verify that, we will check out the final moment. That particular calculation will be done from fixed end moments here. That particular calculation will be done from fixed end moment till the last carryover factor. So this addition should all come up to 0. We will verify that. 40 plus 12 minus 40. So all this particular calculation will be done with respect to the fixed end moment. Similarly, all the calculations shall be done with respect to the fixed end moment. If you check out this particular moment at B, after addition 40, 12, 10.5, 0.54, 0.432, 0.21, 0.02. So net moment will come as 53.013. Likewise, if you add all these particular moments 0, 12, 0.54, 0.432, 0.021, 0.02, after addition of all this particular moment, we shall get the particular moment as 13.013. Similarly, here it will be 80, 16, 1.8, 0.72, 1.44, 5.576, 0.07, 0.028, 0.05, 0.02, 0.0025 minus, so it comes as 66.019. So if we happen to add all these three, we will be getting the particular net moment at B to be 0. Net moment at B to be 0. That is what is the condition that has been required. Likewise, if you add all the particular moment from C here, and you will be getting the particular moment as 41.99, approximately 42. Similarly, the column under CF, if you happen to add, it will come as minus 5.041, and column under CD if we had, so it will come as 36.715. so approximately net moment at C shall also be 0. We shall try to find out the moment at A, D, E and F, which are nothing but the column position. So whatever the value of the moment you are going to get, half of the value will be transferred here. That is nothing but exactly the half of the moment shall be transferred to point A in terms of minus. That is what we need to verify. So if we happen to add 40 minus 40 plus 6, 35.27.216.01. If we happen to add all these particular values, the value shall come as 33.49, so approximately 33.5, and these are nothing but the moment's value at C and moment value at B and C. Likewise, the moment value at D, if we happen to add from fixed end moment from this particular position, if we happen to add, so its value shall come as 26.64. The best way here is either you can add all these particular moments, or else the value what you have got 13.013, half of the moment shall be 6.5. So either you add all this or straight away divide by 2, you will get the same answer. Likewise, if you take 5.4 divided by 2, you get it as 2.54, or else you can add this, you shall get the same value. So these are nothing but the values of the moment. So same values of the moment, we need to draw the bending moment diagram. To draw the bending moment diagram, draw the frame, redraw the frame, and when you redraw the frame, check out the value of the moment and its direction. So value of the moment here is 33.49 at A, which is minus actually, minus, so anti-clockwise 33, because it's minus 40, so it is minus 34. So minus 34, so net value will come as 33.49. So 33.49 here. Next is 53.013, which is clockwise, 53.013. Then this is 13.013, 13.013, 66.019. Next value is 42 here, and 5.41 anti-clockwise, and next value is again minus actually, which comes as 36.715, and DC, which will be clockwise, 26.64. Now EB is 6.5 clockwise, so it is 6.5 clockwise. 2.54 minus, which will be in anti-clockwise direction. So this will be the directions. So considering these particular directions, we need to draw the bending moment diagram. So best way is whatever direction the loading, to draw the bending moment diagram. For example, 33.49, 53.013 are upward, so it will come downward like this. 66 and 42 upward, so it will come like this, 42. 6.715 and 26, so it will come downward like this. Next is the superimposition. As the loadings are downward here, bending moment diagram will come towards the top like this. Similarly, point load is downward, bending moment diagram will come upward. Then here also loading is downward, so bending moment diagram will come upward. So all these are positive and all these will be negative. Next, it is 13.013 left hand side, so bending moment diagram will come towards right hand side. Moment is towards right hand side, bending moment diagram will come towards the left hand side. So this is negative, positive. Bending moment is towards right hand side, so bending moment diagram will come towards the left hand side. Moment is towards the left hand side, bending moment diagram will come towards the right hand side. So this is positive, this is negative. And write the value 6.5, 2.54, and here it is 42, 6.715, 26.64, 66.02 or 019. And here it is 53.013, 33.41. What is the value of this will be? WL square by 8. WL square by 8, that particular value will come as 30 into 4 square divided by 8, which comes as 60 here. This is 60. Next value is 90, WAB by L. 90 into 2 into 4 divided by 6, which comes as 120. Next is again WL square by 8, 40 into 9 divided by 8, 45. So this value is 45. So these are nothing but the values of the bending moment diagram, and this is how we are supposed to analyze a portal frame by moment distribution method. Thank you. Have a nice day.